Hi and welcome to Riley Photo Channel. Now look what I've got here this week. This is my new lens. It's a Z series lens. It's a 40mm f2. Now I've got a lens that I keep on the camera all the time. It's a 24-200 and it does everything that I need it to do, except it doesn't have a wide f-stop. So this is my portrait lens. 40mm. Bit odd. Why would they choose 40mm, not 50mm? Well, the boffins at Nikon reckon 40mm is the perfect magnification for simulating the eyes to give no distortion to the face. Obviously, when you use a long 200mm lens, you can blow the background out, but it does have a habit of fattening the face a little bit on portraits. Too wide, and it just looks odd. It looks like you've got a big nose and a big chin. So they reckon 40mm is the optimum size. What's it like? f2, it's as simple as they come. I mean, look, no aperture ring. I like an aperture ring. It doesn't have one. I've got a filter on it, which is a big debate. We're going to do another film on whether you should put UV filters on. It's got a 52mm UV filter on it. It's f2. That's the big selling point. It doesn't cost a fortune. It's pretty cheap. Does that f2, warrant that? Does it give you the bokeh that we're going to need on our portraits? Is it wide enough? I mean, f2 a few years ago would have been plenty wide enough, but with the 1.4 lenses that are coming out now, does it make a difference? Well, I think that actually it's going to be fine. I think this is going to be a really good portrait lens for a Z series camera. And actually, it's not breaking the bank. So let's get straight in. Let's dive in with some images and have a look just if this f2 lens, this 40mm f2, is any good. And we're going to start off in the garden. After all, it is autumn, or fall, as they say, I believe, in the US. So we have some flowers that are just fading away now. This is on f11. Let's look at the same picture on f5.6. So we're halfway closed down there, and you can see that we're starting to lose the background. Lovely crisp flowers. Let's do it. Let's go to f2, wide open. Boom. Yeah, there's the bokeh. There's the bokeh that you'd be looking for, and it's still nice and crisp on the flower. Obviously, we've got very little depth of focus there. Let's see just how sharp it is on a flower. Wow. There's certainly no difficulty with sharpness on this lens. Very sharp. Let's have a look wide open now, and on a wide shot, because I'm on f2 here, and I focused on that tree. And we are losing the shed in the background. Look, it's just going soft. So that's interesting. Let's have a look what it's like into the sun. No, a bit lower, properly into the sun. Let's see. Well, it's coped with that quite well. Not too much in the way of flare. Yeah, it's exactly as you'd want it to perform. Nice and sharp. Now let's have a look how it's got on with some rich autumnal colours at the end of the day. Nice and colour saturated, picked up those colours very well. And some of the leaves on the floor there, that's at f11. Let's go wide open, see if we can drop things out of focus slightly with that very shallow depth of field. It's functioning well. Let's go inside, let's give it some low light. Here's a bookend here, and this is a real blow up. This is 300% blow up, and it's not phased. It's not phased at all. Let's have a look at these glasses over here. Now this is really to try the sharpness. I've got this at 5.6, which I think is optimal sharpness. Really crisp, and a portrait. Yours truly. And the eye detections come in there from the Nikon, and it's really super sharp. But the most handsome person in the room, of course, there he is. Look at him, the old boy, 13, with his grey hair and his one tooth. Well, there you go. I think this is actually a bit of a bargain. Great for portraits. That's what it's in the bag for. I've got a second body here, and I just keep it on. So I've got the 24-200 on one body. That gives me all the focal length I need. And with the ISO on the camera, it doesn't matter that I haven't got the the wide apertures. But if I want some bokeh, if I want to do an interview, I've got this on the other body, straight in there. Great for interviewing. I think it's absolutely well worth it. I think it's the deal of the century. But of course, there are lenses around like f1.4 lenses now. You know, are they that much better? Are they sharper? Well, I took Paul, my friend, who's just had a Sigma 1.4 lens, a wide angle, 16mm. It's an IPS lens for an IPS camera, so that's at 24mm equivalent. And we took that out to test drive it, and we test drove that against a Nikon on the ZFC. You'd like to see that film. Really, really interesting. I couldn't have guessed what the results were going to be. You can view that film right here now.